Okay, so I know all of you already have access to my step-by-step conversations script. So the scripts that I'm going to be giving you in this call are going to be different. So I got new scripts. Hopefully they will be useful to you. First of all, just shout out to this awesome team. There are so many people who are crushing goals, not just Success Club, but also volume. Success Club is not everything. I know that we talk it up a lot because, in this business, success or a challenge pack is our best way to get somebody started, right? Like that is literally the best value for their money. It's our best way to get people lasting results, but it's not the end all. And so, I see those of you who are producing volume in other ways, I see that, and I think that it's awesome. And, so don't get caught up in feeling like, oh man, I have to hit Success Club or else I'm not successful. That's just not true. There are always other ways, although Success Club is, obviously a really great indication that you're succeeding. But I want to dive into what we're going to be covering tonight. So tonight we're going to talk about conversations and inviting. So this is where I'm going to ask you to just do a huge trust fall with me because the first thing that I thought when I realized that I needed to go behind the scenes and start finding people to connect with, I was like, oh my gosh, whoa. I thought this was about helping people. I don't want to be chasing people down. I don't want to be constantly badgering my friends and people in my life. I felt like it was going to be so hard. And I'm so glad that I didn't let those fears hold me back. And that I just trusted the process and went for it because my coach told me, hey, this is how you find success in this business. So I trusted her. I went for it. I've tweaked things along the way to work for me and my personality and my voice. But ultimately, it's all the same process. And if I never would have followed that advice of hers to just take a trust fall and just go for it, I never would have learned the power of this business, because the beauty of the conversations that we have is that we get to be somebody's cheerleader. We get to, go in and tell somebody, you can do this. And these people, these people are beaten down and they've tried everything and they've been trying to lose weight for 10 years and nothing is working and they're starving themselves and they're beating themselves up at the gym and they're skeptical, right? And a lot of times all they need is for somebody to tell them, you can do this. That's really all what most people need. And so at the beginning, I was nervous and I was skeptical, but what I learned is that through these conversations, we get to connect with people. We get to cheer them on. We get to, tell them, hey, we're going to get through this together. And that's powerful beyond words. That is powerful when, you get to be the person who makes somebody believe that they can do something. That's huge. So I promise you that if you trust the process, very, very soon, somebody's going to be sending you a message and thanking you. Thank you for helping me lose 5 pounds, or thank you for helping me fit into my pre-pregnancy pants. Just earlier today, I was thinking about all of this, and I sent my coach, Nicolette, a very tearful voice memo. Y'all, it has been a crap day. It has been can you see, my eyelids are swollen because I've been crying for half of the day because dang, this pregnancy has been hard. And I just thought about, when she was pregnant and how she was consistent, and every single day she showed up and she told me, you can do this. And so today I sent her a thank you message just saying, thank you so much for always being consistent, for always being the constant, for always reminding me that I have everything that I need to, move forward in my business and in my fitness. She's always been there. And you know what? You're going to be that person for somebody else. You're going to be that person, whether it's your challengers or the coaches on your team. You're going to be the person that they're calling, crying because they're so thankful that you never gave up on them.
Yeah.
So, this is about so much more than just weight loss. It's about helping people to take control of their health. It's about helping people to believe in themselves and helping people to love themselves. And all of that, the weight loss, the self-love, the personal growth, all of that stuff happens when we start with this invitation process. This is the beginning of all of it. So I just want to walk you through this. So before we go into the scripts and the nitty gritty, I want to start out with some do's and don'ts of conversations. Hey, I see a few more people just hopped on. Hey, hey, hey. So, do's and don'ts of conversations. We're going to go through this super quick. If you have time later, definitely take a closer look. But first of all, so the do's of conversations. The number one thing to remember always is that this is about people before products. Make it personal. Make your invitations and your conversations about them. When we approach someone, it's not about selling a product. It's not about getting a Success Club point. It's always about that person. It's always that thank you message that we have in mind. It's always that transformation that they're going to be, experiencing that we have in mind. So even though we're going to be, looking at scripts, and I'm going to teach you like practically how to move through these conversations, remember, we might have scripts, but it's ultimately about the person. These scripts are just best practices that I've found over the last few years on how to best help a person who wants to change something about their life. But, before scripts, before processes, it's about people and it's about being personal. So next, do keep your messages short. No more than 4 sentences at a time, especially in the initial invite. It's really, really easy, especially early in our businesses, to just word vomit on our prospects. And, these people are like, hey, tell me more about this. And we're like, blah, 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 and we just tell them all of the things. And so it's important to show enthusiasm. It's important to ask questions, get to know their struggles and their needs and their desires and everything. But it's super important to give them the information in easily digestible chunks. So 4 sentences max is really the maximum for especially the initial invite. You can get a little longer when you're describing, Shakeology and the challenge groups and all that. Again, do show enthusiasm. People feed off your excitement. They'll feel that energy. Energy goes where energy exists. So ask questions, get to know them better, get to know their struggles, their needs, their desires, why they want to do this. Do always 100% of the time end every single message with a question. If you're not ending your message with a question, they have no reason to respond back to you. It's really easy to, respond in a very vague way, and they're like, oh, okay, and they don't know what to say. And so you know what? This is vulnerable for them. This is scary for them. They're talking to you about something that has been hard. They're talking to you about, how they feel when they look in the mirror. That is scary stuff. They're not going to just respond to you of their own volition. You have to give them incentive to respond. Do create urgency when, referencing when your group starts, the number of spots you have available, when the sale ends. Make sure that you're referencing those things. And do follow up always. This process takes time. It can take time to establish your credibility on social media. It can take time for somebody to, warm up to the idea of putting themselves out there. It can take time for somebody to believe in themselves as much as you believe in them. So, when you hear no, it just means not right now. It truly, truly does. So always remember that. And most of the time, when somebody ghosts on you and they don't respond to you, it's because they're busy. Like, how many times are you shopping online and you put something in your shopping cart and then it sits there for 3 weeks and you forget about it and you never actually purchase it, right? That same thing is happening in our exchanges with our potential clients. They want to do it. We've been talking to them. They're interested. We're in their minds. And so the best thing that we could possibly do to them is help them to follow through with that commitment that they want to make to themselves. When they've expressed interest, our job is to follow up with them. That is literally our job. And then don'ts of conversations. And then we'll get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so number 1, don't bombard them with questions from the get-go. Keep it light, personal, let the, invitation and all that stuff happen organically. Number 2, don't ask them if they want to join your group in the first message, because they don't know anything about you. They don't know anything about your challenge. Unless obviously they've commented on one of your posts, hey, send me more information. Then that they have a little idea about what you're doing. But if you're inviting somebody who is just like liked a post, you know, like a workout post or something, they don't know, like people make all kinds of crazy assumptions about what it is that we do in our groups. And so, you know, how could they possibly know if they want to join you, those words, join me, if they don't even know what you're doing? So never open with want to join me, want to do this with me. Always ask if they're open to learning more. Nobody wants to be closed, right? So that's really good wording. Are you open to learning more? Don't spam people with like impersonal, long, copied, pasted messages. Don't insinuate that they need to lose weight or that they need help. A lot of people are not interested in losing weight. A lot of people are not interested in your help, you know, but that doesn't mean that they're not interested in what you have to offer. So keep it very general about health and nutrition, but be sure to ask. And then don't message once and then never follow up, because people are busy, you know, always follow up. And then don't tell them the price right away, even if they ask for it. And I'll talk a little bit more about this later in the call. But seriously, when somebody asks what the price is, we don't tell them right away, because we don't know what their goals are. We don't know what's best going to serve somebody and help somebody. If we don't know what their goals are, if we don't know the things that they're struggling with, then how can we possibly recommend something to them and expect it to work for them? Obviously, the All Access Challenge Pack is going to be a great option for most people, but we need to get to know their goals and show them the value of that before we share the price. So now let's dive into what this process actually looks like. And I told you guys that I'm giving you some new scripts and different stuff. So I want to make sure everyone can see this, but if you can't, it's okay. I'm going to be sharing all of it. Make sure that it's nice and big. Okay, there we go. So, initial invite. Okay, so first, this invitation process. Did I make a slide for this actually? Hold up. No, I didn't. Okay, so this invitation process has several different steps. So number one, initial invite. Number two, we ask their goals. Number three, we explain the group and ask more questions. Number four, we offer value. We talk about the prices, we answer their objections, and then we send the enrollment with urgency, or we follow up. So the reason that step is, you know, enrollment or follow up is because a lot of people are not going to say yes right away, and that's okay. Think about yourself. Like many of you, many, I'm looking at you, Elizabeth, were chatting with me for over a year before you finally decided to commit to this, and that's okay. And Elizabeth, I never gave up on you because I believed in you and because I knew that this was going to help you, and I knew that you would come around eventually, and you know that when you were ready, you were going to jump into the group. And you know, now, just like me, Elizabeth's always saying like, dang it, I wish that I would have just done it when Catherine initially invited me. And you know, that's what you'll hear over and over and over again. So that's why the follow-up is so important every single month. Not everyone is ready at that initial contact. And so our job is just to be here consistent. We're just here consistent, starting our groups every month. You know, keep following up, still inviting that person over and over again, waiting for their own belief to catch up with their desires. And again, no's are not a rejection of you. They're simply an objection to what we need to face moving forward. Okay, so this 5-step process, I want you to make these scripts but you can follow these concepts. So this first step is the initial invite, okay? So these are like phone calls with your close friends, inviting your warm market, inviting somebody who liked your post, somebody who contacts you, like comments on your post and says, hey, send me more information, or how much does this cost? So Let's start with this first one. So phone calls with close friends and family. So this is a phone conversation. I did this when I first started. I reached out to a bunch of my closest friends, and I talked to my grandparents. I talked to everyone and just shared my passion with them. And so this can look a lot of different ways. But this little script gives you an idea. So I have a part-time business that I'm really excited about. I think it can be a game changer, and I have huge dreams about where it's going to take me and my family. I'm running these amazing online health groups with my team to get others healthy and re-energized. You should see some of the transformations. I'm wanting you to try it for 30 days. Obviously, reword that with your own words, but this is the gist. I don't want you to be a long-term customer or anything like that. I just want your honest feedback and experience, as well as to see the amazing results you can get with us. I know I can trust your honest feedback. Can I count on you? What do you think? This is just an initial phone call with some close friends who you think would enjoy doing this with you. And don't be afraid or nervous to invite your friends. This can be something fun for you to do together. I know that my grandmother needed Shakeology so bad in her life, and she's super thankful to have it. And she also drinks Recharge every day now too. So a brand new coach to a close friend or family member. Again, you can see I'm kind of keeping this light. So this may seem a little cray, but I'm super excited about this side gig I just started. I get to focus on my own fitness and help others with theirs. I'm really excited about it because whatever, that's on you. Whatever you are excited about, be real, be you. It could be, I need the added accountability myself, and I'm sure I'm not alone. Maybe it's I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, and, I think that I can get myself out of that cycle while taking care of myself and helping others. And then, finishing up with, I'm starting my first virtual fit camp on this date for us. Our next one starts on April 2nd. And I'm looking for people like you who I can trust and who I have fun with to give me some honest feedback and maybe even a transformation to share. What do you think? Would you be open to something like this? That's a really solid script, you guys. A really solid script to reach out to your close friends and family if you're a new coach. And then, so this next one is for warm market. Warm market is people that you work with, people you used to work with, people acquaintances, people who are already in your network, people who are, your friends and, whatever. Not necessarily good friends, but, that's your warm market. Okay, I see the chat box going off. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Elizabeth. So, hey, Sharon, how are you doing? And then insert something personal. You always want to connect with them. And again, I'm going to share all of this with you guys. You'll have the link to all of this. You've probably seen my fun and silly rants about health and fitness lately. I'm hosting a virtual fitness and nutrition support group starting in just a few weeks. The results of my current group have been incredible. Are you working towards any health goals right now? Or if you haven't talked to them in years, check out their profile, see what they're doing, like and comment on a couple of posts, and then send them a message that says Julia, you popped up on my timeline. It's so cool to see you, with kids. How crazy is it that we both have kids now? Or it's so awesome to see you in Italy. How long have you been traveling? Whatever. So this is totally random, but you may have seen my fun and silly rants about health and fitness lately. I'm hosting a virtual fitness and nutrition support group starting in just a few weeks. The results of my current group have been incredible. Are you working towards any health goals right now? And then, so the next one is if somebody liked your post. This means that they are asking you to invite them. If they're liking your health and fitness posts, this means I want you to invite me. I'm interested in what you're doing. They're inviting you to invite them. I promise. And again, in these scripts, you can call these nutrition groups, you can call them health groups, you can call them fit camps, you can call them boot camps, whatever you want to call them. But this one, oops. Okay. Hey girl, I just wanted to say thank you for supporting my fitness posts. It really means so much because it's scary putting myself out there. I've teamed up with my coach, and we're running an online accountability group with people who want to change their health and fitness. The results I've seen have been incredible so far. Would you or anyone you know be interested in learning more about our online fitness groups? If they say yes, you can follow up with, I'm so pumped about it. Would love to talk with you more if you're open to learning about it. What are your body goals right now? And then once they respond, I have them fill out a quick Google form. And so my script for that is, if you wouldn't mind, I have a quick form I'd like you to fill out so I can get an idea of where you're at and what you'll actually enjoy as far as workouts and such. Would you mind filling it out? Here's the link. Should only take a couple minutes. And without fail, they always do. So I just wanted to show you this application form and show you how to make one yourself really quick, because I know a lot of you have been asking. Melissa, she already recreated this and she's been having awesome success with it. It makes it so easy, so easy to connect with people, to get to know their goals, and to finish out this conversation with their specific goals in mind. So if you want to create one of these forms, I use Google Forms. So all you have to do is go to drive.google.com. You have to have a Gmail account, but if you don't have a Gmail account, then you should make one anyways, because they're the best. I'm just going to make it in here. You can see I have all my application forms in one place so that it's easy to just find the link. So all you do is you click New, click on Google Forms, and literally you can title your form, and then you can even do like a little description. Please answer the following questions, blah, blah, blah. And I always recommend asking them for their Instagram handle if they found you on Instagram. So I always ask for email address, and the way that you add new questions is this little button here. So you can come down here. There we go. So you can come down to this question and you can choose. Like, you can have a drop-down box and you can add your options here. You can have check boxes. So like, what do you enjoy as far as your workouts? Check boxes might be a better option. You can have a paragraph or a short answer. So I'm just going to, and then to add questions, you click add question. I make most of my questions required so that they can't just skip over half of them, because that's super annoying and defeats the purpose. But I'll just show you really quick my application form so you can see the kinds of questions that I ask here. So I always ask for their email address, their first, oh no, this is the wrong one. Hold up, y'all. Challenge. Oh, wait, no, that's the right one. Did we connect on Facebook, Instagram, or elsewhere? Facebook. Type your name as it appears on Facebook in the other space, because you would not believe how many people don't have their name the same on Facebook as it is like in their application. And then Instagram, type your name as it appears on Insta in the other space. And then I always have the other space so they can type that in. Are you working with a Beachbody coach? It's super important for us to have integrity in this business. If somebody's already working with a coach, my answer to them 100% of the time is you need to go talk to your coach about this. And if they want to switch to me, then that's fine, but they need to talk to their coach about it first. Which flavor of Shakeology are you most excited to try? I include this as an option because I want them to know that like Shakeology is part of the deal and they are going to be expected to use it. What's your favorite way to exercise? What do you currently do for exercise? What's your lifestyle like? How would you describe your stress level? What's your favorite grab-and-go snack? The reason that I ask this, the lifestyle, how do you describe your stress level, and what's your favorite grab-and-go snack, and also how do you get going when you're tired, is because I can recommend other things to them based upon these things. If they're super stressed out, then, maybe they need like the 3-week yoga retreat, or maybe they need some personal development in their life. If they are grabbing like sugary granola bars, the new Beachbody bars that are coming out in April are going to be awesome for them, and I'm going to recommend them. If they're drinking coffee and soda to get going when they're tired, then I'm going to recommend Energize to them, especially if they're using energy drinks. I ask them about their motivation because that is really important to know. What do you feel is your biggest obstacle? And then do you struggle with any health and medical issues? These two questions here, what motivates you to live a healthy and fit lifestyle, and what do you feel is your biggest obstacle? This is a great way to connect and figure out how I can support them specifically in their goals. And it's also a really great way to uncover some of their objections before I even, get into that, before I even get into the conversation. Okay, so, and then if somebody contacts you for more information, again, if they ask you, how much does this cost? Don't tell them right away. Ask them about their goals. Get them to fill out that application. And then we're going to move on to sheet number 2. Okay, so this is when we start, this is when we connect with their goals. So this felt odd to me at first, asking people about their goals, recommending things to them. It felt odd to me, but I would never do it any other way now, because our job is to help them figure out their goals, to help them reach their goals. And, so if they ask, again, if they ask what the cost is, a really good answer is the cost really depends on your goals. And then the next step, this step in, responding to their goals and giving them pricing details, the biggest thing that we can do here is to show them that we're going to be there every step of the way to cheer them on and let them know that it is possible, that they can reach their goals, and that you can help them. You can talk to them about your experience. You can talk to them about where you were when you started, or, that you've been where they are in some way. Empathize with them, show them that you can help them. And then, talk to them about the group concept. So there are 3 options here. Sorry, this is lagging a little bit. So there are 3 options here. So again, here's my script for the Google form. And always be personal here. Tie back our programs to their specific goals and needs. This is where it's super important to try programs yourself, to get to know programs. In the Coach Online office, I shared a link in the Freedom Collective team page about the different products and product training guides and all that good stuff, and that's all in there. Okay, so option number 1. Option number 1 and number 2 can pretty much be switched out for each other, but I wanted to give you some new scripts. So option number 1, check this out. I'm talking to them about their goals. That's a great goal to push for. It'll take work, but I've seen a lot of my challengers lose 40 pounds. Maybe their goal is to lose 40 pounds. The biggest piece of it will be realizing that it will take time and consistency, but I 100% think that if you can commit to a lifestyle change, you'll lose that 40 pounds in 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. 4 to 6 months, and can keep it off with our nutrition and fitness program. So I was like, 4 to 6 weeks, that's wrong. And then I talked to them about, why I think they'll be successful at this. These programs can definitely help you get there. I have no doubt. The challenge that I'm running includes, and then I talked to them about it. The nutrition is lifestyle based with portion controlled containers with a full delicious meal plan that can really changes with your body completely. We pair it with Shakeology, talk about that. There are lots of different programs to choose from, and I can explain the different ones so we can find the best one for you. However, you'll get access to every single one of them when you join the challenge. You'll also be added to my private Facebook group where I'll post motivation, recipes, and do check-ins to hold you accountable. It's a complete lifestyle change, and if you follow the program, you won't be disappointed. And then ask them more questions. You can change these up, but these are 2 that I find really, get good responses. And then the other one is the script that you've already seen in the step-by-step invitation. And then this third one, this is an option for people who are super, super busy and don't have a lot of time. This one incorporates a video from Beachbody that you can share with them. So I think we're going to run out of time. Okay, so, once they respond about their goals, we have the opportunity to discuss their biggest troubles. Like, this is uncovering their objections. This is going to help us figure out what they need most. So, in these conversations, you can see, like I said, that's a great goal to push for. The biggest piece of it will be realizing that it'll take time and consistency. I've talked about their objections in this. So if their objection is time, then we talk about Beachbody On Demand and how convenient it is. If their objection is, foods or cravings or addiction to sugar, we're going to talk about Shakeology and how it's going to help their body run more efficiently. If they have no idea what to eat or they feel like they have a picky family, we're going to talk about the versatility of the portion fix. And if they are struggling with motivation, we're going to talk about our coaching and about how, the challenge group is going to answer their problems because we're going to be in their pocket every day. So when they tell you their challenges, you can answer those objections. And this is a great place to talk about the money that we save with this as well. We can begin combating those money objections from the get-go. With meal planning and Shakeology and not eating out as much, I save a lot of money. So next. Oh, I lost my, there we go. So next, this is responding to their objections. So these are just two different scripts. I'm going to let you take a look at them yourselves. But this one here, this option 3, this has a video. Insert your coach ID right here. Don't forget to do that. But this has a video that will describe like all that they get in this in the challenge pack and in the challenge group. So again, we're answering their objections here. We're talking to them about their reservations, and then we're sharing the value of what we have to offer them. And again, you can also use the step-by-step conversation scripts to answer those objections as well. But this one's just a little bit different. Okay, and then number 4, what if they say yes? Okay, let's see. Somebody's in the chat box. Yes, overcoming objections is huge. I actually have a link to a bunch of objections at the end of this. I'm going to try to rush through. So if they say yes, share a cart is great, but the link generator honestly is easier in many ways. Remember, we're cheering them on the entire way. These are people who have been trying to lose weight forever and nothing has worked for them. So cheer them on. Make sure that when you send them their link and share a cart, obviously here's a script that you can use. Just get their Shakeology preference. And when you generate the link and share a cart, do not just wait for it to get to their email. Copy and paste that link and send it to them in a private message. If you generate a link using like, BB links or coach codes or whatever, what just happened? If you generate a link for them, make sure that you end with, after you complete the enrollment, I'll double check it. Will you have time to enroll now? If so, I'll add you to our group as soon as you do to make sure your spot is reserved. Just, always add that in so that they know, like, okay, I need to get this done so that she reserves my spot. And then remember, if they have objections or if they stop responding, it is okay. That's just their fears manifesting. If they say no, they just need more time. You're going to receive way more objections in the beginning of your business than later on because you're going to just get really good at handling them like as you go throughout the conversation. And a lot of times if people say, I just don't really have the money right now, or, I just really am not interested in Shakeology, that's an objection. That's not a no. So handle the objection and keep talking. And okay. And if they ghost on you, remember, people are busy. So the follow-up is super, super important. So I really want to get to this. Okay, if you are talking to somebody, remember it takes between 7 to 8 exposures to what you're offering before somebody will commit. So remember that. So let's say that somebody never responded to your initial invite. In 2 to 4 days, you could send something like this. Hey girl, not sure if you saw my previous message, but I didn't want to flake out and you be wondering if I forgot about you or something. If it's not for you, totally cool. I get that. However, if you've just been busy with life, I get that too. and haven't had time to respond, I wanted to circle back because my group is filling up and getting super pumped about their results. Want to scope it out? If they stopped responding to you after they told you their goals, or, you know, if you gave them the prices and they stopped responding, this is a really good script for that. I know you wanted to fit into those pre-pregnancy pants, whatever their goal was. I'm pumped to get you going with us. What are your thoughts thus far about our online accountability groups? I have just a few spots left in my group and I don't want you to miss out. Did you have any more questions for me? If you sent the enrollment and they never completed it, 24 hours later, no more. I know you wanted to fit into those pre-pregnancy pants. I'm pumped to get you going with us. Will you have time to complete your enrollment today? I have 2 spots left for this to kick off and am finalizing my head count. If they're still thinking about it, first of all, ask them before you, are finished with the conversation, when should I follow up with you? And then follow up with them. I know you needed a bit of time to think and talk to your husband. Let's get you in those pre-pregnancy pants. What do you think? I have 2 spots left. And let's say somebody totally ghosted on you. There is a really good method called the takeaway method that basically says, hey, I'm judging by your lack of response that you're not interested anymore. That's totally fine. I don't want to badger you, and I have a ton of people who are interested, so I'm going to go ahead and take you off my list. If this isn't something that you can see yourself doing ever, then, I want to take you off my list so that I'm not bothering you. And usually they get back to you really quick. Okay, last, I just want to show you this really quick. So there is a training on objections right here. And then this one is an album full of slides on Facebook in our team page. I'll just go there. This is going to teach you how to handle objections like a pro, okay? So check these out. I'm going to post all of this in the team page. I'm sorry that this was so much information just like jam-packed into this call, but I hope that it was a blessing. I hope that you feel a little more equipped to, handle your conversations. And if you have any questions, please post in the team page so that everybody can benefit from hearing the answers. Are there any questions right now? Sweet. Okay, good. I'm so glad that it was helpful. I know it was a ton of information. Okay, I'm going to